Okay, so welcome back once again, guys. And again, in this lecture, I'll be talking about some of the file operations. So, especially, I'll be talking about a different kind of a mode. In my last lecture, I was talking about a read operation, write operation, append operation, and again, some of the side operation which revolves around those operations. Now, here I'll be talking about more and more mode, and even I'll be talking about a file pointer. So, let's try to discuss about that. So here, first of all, I believe we have already talked about a read mode. We have already talked about a write mode. We have already talked about a append mode. Now let's talk about a read plus mode and what happens into a read plus mode. Let's try to understand that. So there is something called, for example, I'm trying to open up like this test1.txt and here, so by default, there will be a R mode. I'm going to mention R plus. Now, what is the meaning of this R plus? A meaning of this R plus is basically read and write both. Yeah, read and write both. So here, if I'm going to put R plus, so obviously it is going to perform a read first. So here, if I'm going to do like a read, it will be able to read a data. That's completely fine. That's completely fine. But let's suppose if I'm trying to do it with maybe a test 4, which is not a file available as of now. And if I'm going to do this, it is going to give me an error. So this is the very first problem this read plus is going to give you. Read plus means you can read, you can write. But if file is not available, so it is not going to perform this operation. As simple as that. Okay, it is not going to perform that operation. So in case of read plus, R plus mode. Fine. So let's try to open up again another file. So file is open and here, so I can try to open up test1.txt, right? Test1.txt I'm going to open up and I'm going to pass R plus over here, a read plus mode. Now file dot and then I'm going to do read over here, right? So file mode and read. It will be able to perform a read operation because file is already available. Test1 is already available. Now let's try to do a write operation. So this file dot writ write operation over here, and this is my read plus. Yeah, so because in read plus I'm trying to perform the write operation, so I have opened up the file into a read mode and then I'm trying to perform the write operation. Now f dot close over here. Now if you will go and check my test1.txt, so here it is trying to tell you that I used to teach and this is the data after, and this is my read plus. This is the data which I was trying to append, right? This is the data which I was trying to read, and sorry, I was trying to write, by the way. So this is my read plus. Simple, right? Simple. So here I'm able to perform a write operation as well. Now just try to observe one thing over here. This is trying to perform this write operation at the end automatically. I have not mentioned anything. I have just called a normal write operation over here. But this is trying to perform a write operation at the very end of the data. Now, why it is doing that, right? What is a reason behind it? I'll show you something over here. So again, I'll try to open up this file, right? Again, I'll try to open up this file into same read plus mode, and then I will try to call a seek, and I'll try to mention seek is equals to, or I'll talk about this seek, just try to perform the write operation. So write operation, and here, so I am writing something into my test1. Okay, so this is the write operation, and then just try to call file dot close over here. Now if I'm going to show you, so it has started writing it from the very first. So I'm writing something into my test1, and then whatever data that was coming from the previous one, so it is trying to show it to me. Yeah, so what it has done, it has overridden this portion of the data. It has overridden this portion of the data, means automatically it is starting from the very first. But when I have done this operation last time, means after performing a read operation, it has appended, or it looked like that it is appending the data, but technically it was writing a data, it was doing the same thing. So why it looked in that particular manner? Let's try to revisit that once again. So here I'm going to open it up. Here I'm going to open it up once again. and then file dot read operation, and just try to read everything whatever is available inside this file. Then file dot write operation, and here, so this is my data, which I am trying to write. Okay, and then f dot close, I'm trying to call f dot close, and here, so again it is trying to write at the very last, right? It is not trying to truncate my previous data, it is trying to write it down at the very last. So here, when you call read, right? When you call read, by default, what is going to happen? So let me open up my pen. So by default, what is going to happen? So there is a concept of the pointer, right? There is a concept of the pointer. You will be able to find out, and what it does technically, that when I'm trying to perform the read operation, it always starts from the very first index, and then read means it is reading the whole chunk of the data. So now pointer will be here, Now whatever I will write, pointer is here. So after this, it is going to perform the write operation. So that was a reason. So when I was trying to perform a read first and then write, it was not overlapping with the previous data, because pointer is available here after performing the read operation. Now I can try to play with this pointer. Basically, I can try to adjust a pointer wherever I want, and this is where this seek comes into a picture. For example, so I'm trying to open up maybe a file. I'm trying to open up a file into a read mode, and then if I'm trying to call seek, right? So seek is basically a function by which you will be able to adjust the pointer. For example, if I say that seek is equal to 10, so now pointer is available at 10th character, including a space, by the way. For example, if I'm going to perform the read operation right now, so it is not going to read from the beginning. As you can see, it is not going to read from the beginning. It is keeping this first part, which is a 10 character if you're going to count it technically. And after this, it is trying to read. Now, again, if I'll try to perform the read operation, there is nothing which I'm able to get, because pointer is available where? At very last. It is able to read everything. Pointer is available at very last now. So that is the reason I'm getting blank. Again, if I call read, again, I will not be able to get any data. Pointer is available at a very, very last position. As simple as that. So seek is basically a function by which you will be able to, adjust a pointer at any point of a time. Now, there is something called as file.tail. So tail, tail. Tail was the function. So yeah, it seems tail was the function, if I remember it correctly. Tell. So yeah, so it is telling you that where is the location of the file base. So where is the location of the pointer? So basically tells is being used to find out the location of the particular file. So this is seek means adjust the location, and then tail means basically you will be able to move here and there. So you will be able to get the current pointer. For example, if I'm going to call f.close, let's do the cleanup by the way. Close, and then f is equals to open up, and open up what? So basically test1.txt into what? So into maybe a read plus mode. Try to open it up, and f dot seek I'm going to call, and seek is equals to 10, right? F dot tell, basically now the pointer is at, so seek means setting the pointer, tell means I just wanted to know that where the pointer is, where the cursor is as of now, right? Where the cursor is as of now. So this is all about this tail, seek, and R plus mode. Similarly, I can try to open up a file into a W plus mode, write plus mode. A major difference between W plus and R plus is, so in case of R plus, because it was a read measure, so in case of R plus, if file is not available, it is going to give you an error. For example, here I'm trying to call test6. Now I know that test6 is not available, right? Test6 is not available to me, but still if I'm going to execute it, it will execute. And if it is not available, it will create one. This is the beauty of a W plus mode. The rest of the operation is going to be exact same. So you will be able to perform the write operation. You will be able to perform the read operation. Whatever you want, you can try to do it. So f.write, write operation over here, or maybe write multiple line. This is my another mode, which is write plus mode, right? Write plus mode, and f dot close over here, executed. So here test 6 if I'm going to call, so yeah, it is going to execute and it is going to reflect it over here. As simple as that, right? So this is how write plus is going to work. And again, append plus means, so append plus again append the existing content, and it is also this is what append does, and it is also going to allow you a reading operation. Means you can try to append the data, means you can try to write the data, and then you can try to even read a data. Even into this W plus mode, you can read the data. So if I'm going to mention over here A plus means you will be able to write, means in a append mode, yeah, in a append mode, and you will be able to technically read a data. For example, if I have opened up into a plus mode, I can read the data. Okay, pointer, open up this file, and here there is a test 6. So f dot tell. So tell is at 48. So f dot seek I can try to call and set it at 0, and then f dot read I can try to call it, so that I will be able to read the data. So seek means setting up, tell means where is the pointer, as simple as that, right? So it will be able to basically read the data, it will be able to append the data. As I have opened up a file into an append mode, so by default my pointer is at very last location. Yeah, that's the reason. So where I was trying to read the immediately, it is not allowing me. I have opened up into an append mode. Append mode simply means that pointer. It's all the game of pointer, by the way. So where the pointer is and from where we have to start the operation at the end of the day. Okay, that's great. Now there is another operation. There is another kind of a file that you will be able to create inside a Python called as binary file. Yeah, a kind of file which will be able to perform serialization and deserialization. Serialization means converting my data set or kind of a UTF-8 data in a layman way into a binary format, which is not going to be the human readable one. And then deserialization means converting binary data into a human readable format of the data. So here, if I have to perform this binary operation, so what I can do, I have to open up a file, OPEN, open up a file, basically, let's suppose a test5 dot, and I have to give an extension called as bin if I'm trying to open a file into a binary mode. And here I have to mention write binary. Yeah, write binary if I have to write something into the data. So file is equals to this, and then file WRIT write over here. Now what kind of a data I can try to write inside this binary? So this hexa code kind of a data I can try to write, or I can try to mention inside the binary, and then f dot close if I am going to do. So inside my test 5, you will be able to see some sort of a data, which is not human readable at all. Yeah. So this is called as binary file. And again, this process is called as serialization. Yeah. Serialization. Can I write some sort of lines which I want into a binary? Let's go ahead and check. So here, if I'm going to, instead of putting up this data, so I'm going to put up my name is Sudhanshu Kumar, right? And then f dot close over here. Now if I'll go and check, so inside a binary file, I have this name clearly, right, in English. So it doesn't make any sense even if I'm going to write it down over here, right? So this is basically meant for this kind of a data. And again, so if I have this kind of a data, right, if I have this kind of a data inside the file, if I have to perform the read operation, right, so I can try to do file, first of all, open it up, and after opening it up, we can try to give test5, which is a binary file. And here I can try to mention read binary. So f dot read, and I will be able to read the exact same data. So write binary is available to me, read binary is available to me. Now I know from where I will be able to get a pointer of the data. So I believe each of these things are pretty much clear to all of us. Just try to practice as much as you can. Things are pretty much easy. It's not at all difficult. And obviously I'm here for all of you. So I will keep on helping you out all the time with that. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care and see you again in my next lecture.